I spent about 4 hours last night trying to figure out BuddyPress, and I don't know what the issue is in terms of the setting configuration that I don't understand between WordPress and BuddyPress, but I do know I spent 4 hours trying to figure it out. I've heard good things about BuddyPress, how it integrates with WordPress. So when you go to my website, you know, if you're logged in, you can interact with other people that are on the website. You can post things. And with Facebook locking me out yesterday, first of all, I've thought about having my own forum for a long time, or social media website, but sometimes it takes a crisis, sometimes it takes an emergency for someone to get prepared, in a literal sense, but also in the realm of technology. I made the announcement yesterday, unless you plan to give your ID to Facebook, unless you plan to show your ID to your webcam, like I did because I happen to be Alex Ansary, but for some of you that prefer to remain anonymous or prefer to just not submit to anyone asking you for your ID based on principle, it's coming, and you're going to be locked out. So I want the people that are that I'm communicating with, some of my friends, those that I share information with, to join this upcoming social media website. This is specific for people that I communicate with on a regular basis. I don't care if it's just 20 people. It can be just 20 people. It doesn't need to have thousands of people on it. Maybe I don't want thousands of people on it. You know, I'm actually, this is all just new. Like, what do I want to do with this social media website? I can create another custom one that's just made for people that want to live off the grid and want to network with other people or people of like minds. There's another social media website that I've had where people skill share, where it's not about money, it's about what you can provide in an independent community or independent society. So this is not just about me. I have ideas that I want to implement, that I've never tried to implement to try to bring people together. Why should YouTube and Facebook be the only ones to do it? So once we get used to it, they turn it off? Homie, don't play that. I'm not cool with that. But I think I've been cool with that too long, because obviously for a long time I've been using YouTube and Facebook to primarily communicate with a lot of you online, especially since I've left Portland and I've left Dallas, and you know, I could have reached more people with my videos when I was off the grid if I had things functioning on a different level. But that's okay, because I'm doing things in stages. And in a way, I'm going through kind of a renewal of sorts, you know, with the moving and living, you know, out of a backpack, and, you know, all the time I spent away from the internet and all the time that I spent in meditation and nature. It's done a lot for me, and I look forward to 2014 being even more exciting. I look forward to adventures this winter, you know, still continuing to investigate the terrain around me. There's nothing boring about the world that I live in here in South Central Colorado. In fact, it's very, very awesome. It's even more awesome to share with all of you out there. So, in conclusion, Alex Ansary here is trying to set up a social media website. I had a lot of issues with BuddyPress. Maybe some of you are more familiar with it, or maybe there are some of you that are really familiar with setting up social media websites, but not BuddyPress. Maybe other sites, preferably for free, but you know, I'm open to, you know, help to make a custom one. But I know that in the last year there's been serious advances with social media, and there's been a mass exodus from not only Facebook, but YouTube as well. Remember, there was a day where everybody exited MySpace, and look at MySpace now. All your networks, all of my networks, everything's gone. They've just moved everything over. And there was actually a point in time, there was a day where Facebook was the thing, and Facebook was the first social media website for Alex Ansary to share his information with the rest of the world. And I want to thank my friend Leo in California, who is a Leonardo in California, who's a Facebook friend now. But I remember I knew him back in 2005 using MySpace as a social media website. That's where we connected. And so my videos started getting posted on the bulletins, and then people started to see Outside the Box on Google Video before I was posting to YouTube. So there's a little bit of history some of us have. And 2004 and 2005 were big, big years for alternative media exploding, as well as websites that help us share our alternative media off of our website, but on other websites we'll share and like and post. And that is a part of the organic aspect of the flow of information. Even though it's technological, there's still something very right and natural about it, about how ideas are flowing today at faster and faster rates. So let's not stop our momentum because of Facebook asking you for your ID, because the Facebook checkpoint has arrived. Your number just hasn't come yet, but it will. One day, they're going to knock at the door, and they're going to ask you for your papers, and you're going to have a decision to make. Are you going to submit to what they're asking of you, or are you going to go your own? Are you going to exit the Facebook grid, so to speak, and go off-grid, off Facebook grid, and go into a new field full of flowers and dandelions and horses and mountains. Okay, I'm getting a little too naturistic, but you know, you think about a beautiful website where it's truly free speech, and honestly, with my own social media website, I'm going to be writing more, a lot more. And it's not to put anyone down on Facebook. I love a lot of you guys, but some of you are contacts, you're not friends. And some people like to place their judgment, and some things would be better put on a private website for lots of different reasons. Plus, Facebook, with all the different distractions and friends, it's like, oh, yeah, it's like TV on crack, even though, you know, there might be a lot of nutritious information and little tidbits, post like, boom, boom, up the, ooh, we've got a ticker over here, so-and-so's doing this, so-and-so's thinking this. Do I really need to have this much information? Seriously, do I need to know what you like? Do I need to know some of these things? Some of these things are in the category of sensory overstimulation, sensory overload, burnout, adrenaline, get the fire hose, woo, woo, and some people, it's literally, you add a few X flares, it's off the hook, folks. With my own social media website, talking to a close 5 friends, a close 10 friends, close 15 friends, I think there's a lot of off-the-grid information that we're going to be sharing, a lot of spiritual information about what's going on with us in an outside-the-box way. And there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to be posting about what China and Russia are up to, and geopolitical information, and what our country's up to, and lots of other information. I've been talking about the sun's effect on human consciousness. There's a lot of things I'm going to be publishing soon at alexansary.tv. But I look forward to posting them on the forum because people can comment and add in their information. But if I have a few thousand people and there's people posting everywhere, post, like, post, like, post, like, post, like, boom! Oh, the light just went out. It's just like sensory overload. Folks, just take a step back. And it's like we'll post, they have that special moment, and then gone. Down the memory hole as soon as we go to the next focus, because the channel's changing the channel. What's that movie with in the late 80s? It's Stay Tuned. Stay Tuned, with the guy from Three's Company who passed before his time. Definitely recommend that movie. In addition to They Live. But definitely check out Stay Tuned. And Facebook, at times, is like channel surfing. So if there's a select few friends, and we're talking about a subject, and we continue talking about that subject, it can go on to the weeks, the months, as more information, you know, maybe even write a book together as we keep adding more information to a specific topic. I have a lot of ideas. I've had a lot of ideas for years that I've never implemented that are social media-esque. So in this era of social media where it's so easy to have your own social media website, I'm looking for a little technical assistance to launch this, get people signed up, and start expressing myself in a creative manner. So alexansary.tv is the website. Please sign up to the newsletter if you haven't already. I'm up to 81 subscribers. I still got a long way to go, folks, to make that 100. And I'll have a party once I hit 100 newsletter subscribers, but I have yet to get there. Let me know if you would like to help out in any way. alex_answer@hotmail.com is my email. That will be posted down below. Of course, you can find me on the conglomerate Big Brother NSA. We can take you out at any moment website. Facebook.com/AlexAnswery. You can find me there at least today, at least now. At least you're able to log in now. But Alex_Answery is my email, and maybe later on I'll get a backup email so I can be contacted outside of these corporate controlled social media websites. So if any of you out there has the time, an hour here, an hour there, every day or every couple of days to help me launch this social media website, it's really not that difficult, but you know, I prefer a little bit of help from someone that's already done it before so I can speed some things up just a little bit. Thank you so much for watching.